Welcome to Pathology Pebbles. Here is a Malaria Part 3 Recent Advances in Malaria. Malaria Part 1 Introduction and Life Cycle, and Malaria Part 2 Clinical Feature and Morphological Diagnosis. It is available at YouTube channel, link given below. If you like the Pebble, subscribe the channel for more such Pebbles. Starting with outline of the video. So in this video, we will cover recent advances in diagnostic, in new anti-malarial drugs, in combination regimen, and long-acting monoclonal antibody for prophylaxis. Starting with rapid diagnostic test, also known as RDTs. RDTs is most common and it is widely used in various labs. Principle is it detects specific parasite antigen in a finger prick blood sample using a lateral flow immunochromatography. So basically, third kit, it will be present with pre-bound antibody and it detect antigen like HRP2, histidine rich protein 2 for P. falciparum, and PLDH, it is a plasmodium lactate dehydrogenase, and another aldolase antigen, and there will be antigen antibody reaction, and there is a colorful line is shown which indicate the positive result. Also there is a control line which is helpful for comparison of the results. So it is all about the RDTs. It is most commonly used, but there are few limitations. As main limitation is sensitivity drop. As we all know, microscopy is a gold standard for malaria diagnosis, and it can detect low parasite also. But in this RDT, sensitivity drops when parasitemia is less than 100 parasite per microliter. Another problem is HRP2 deletion problem, histidine rich protein 2 deletion problem, as some P. falciparum stain lack the PHRP gene, and so there is no presence of HRP gene, so it will give false negative result. And another one problem is it cannot quantify parasitemia or the detect drug resistance. Now moving on to the recent advances in a RDT. So there is to overcome this limitation, there is few recent advances have been made in a RDTs. So first is ultra sensitive RDTs. It detect the lower parasite densities. Another one is next gene combo RDTs. So it includes the multiple antigen target. So it will remove the limitation of HRP2 deletion issues. Another one is the digital RDTs. It is a smartphone based RDTs. And last one is there is few modification by WHO. It give guidance that countries which more than 5% of HRP gene deletion prevalence, it should switch from only HRP2 gene to alternative available antigen detection genes. As well, it will prevent the false negative of the P. falciparum gene detection. Now moving on to the recent advances in new anti-malaria treatment. So there is a in phase 2 trial development of new drug. It is a glanaplacide and lumefantrine. Combination of these both drugs for uncomplicated Plasmodium falciparum malaria. Glanaplacide also known as a KFI56. Now, another recent advances in a long-acting monoclonal antibodies as a prophylaxis. So, for a prophylaxis, the concept is these are the lab-engineered antibody that target the malarial parasite at a very early stage, as in specifically in sporozoid. So, if we kill the sporozoid, so infection will be prevented. Examples are CIS4-3LS, L9LS, and LS modification. Another one recent advances is in new vaccines. There is two vaccine which is now developed for a malarial prevention. First is RT, is also known as a Mosquirix. It is being introduced in more countries. And another one is R21, Matrix M. It has the WHO recommendation. So what is the practical WHO recommendation? First, always confirm negative RDTs result in symptomatic patient with microscopy, as a microscopy is gold standard. Also regulate HRP gene deletion and adjust the diagnostic algorithm. And store RDTs in a cool, dry condition as a high heat altered the shelf life. Thanks for watching.